Welcome to the $25,000 added Ohio Open. It is the second day of the fourth U.S. Pro Billiard Series event, sponsored and presented by CueSports International and Predator. 60 players for this event, being held in conjunction with the CueSports International League Ohio State Championships. We are at the Roberts Center in Wilmington, Ohio, the place for pros and amateurs both to be. This is a second round match with Mika Immonen and Danny Olson. This is George Teache on the booth, and the great Jeremy Jones sitting right next to me, bringing you the live action. Jeremy.
Yeah, thank you, George. And Danny Olson here to break in game number 1, South Dakota. Mika Immonen of Finland. Similar situations we're seeing here where, of course, Mika, name speaks for itself, Hall of Famer, but another kind of younger guy, right? Trying to make that name a little similar to what we saw in the last, even though Grave has, a very
extensive
career so far already,
sure.
But with Tony getting that win. We saw another one earlier with Thorsten Holman, another Hall of Famer, really trying to get his game back and get another big win in his career, or 2 or 3. I think Mika's doing the same. You see him out playing a lot of pool.
Yeah, he's ranked 5th out of the 160 players with his tournament ranking points, where Danny is ranked 30th. So they're not far apart. Danny's Fargo 740, Mika's, of course, is 786. So they're both up there. And as I mentioned, this is a second round match. Danny beat Vincent Flores in his first match while Mika had a bye. And he's off to a good start here.
Yeah, Mika with, like you said, 5th on these ranking seating, whatever you want, however you want to label it. And with Federer not being able to make the event, that drew him into the bye position there. So.
Yeah, in Arizona, Mika.
Excuse me, I said Mika with Federer not being able to make the event.
Well, he won the first event, so.
Yeah, well, just having a little bit of physical issues right now and trying to get himself back right.
Yeah, well, Mika in Arizona placed 5th through 8th and won himself $2,000, and in Michigan placed 9th through 16th and won himself another $800. So he's had some results, just not the ones he wants yet.
Yeah, that's a big bad scratch right there, it looks like.
Oh my, that is huge. Huge.
And really, I'm not sure.
What's he doing over there with the cue ball? Oh, I see the 4 in the bottom. Never mind. I thought he was going to have to bank the 6. I hadn't seen the 4.
Even more so. The 4 hanging and really only one ball to get by.
Yep.
If the scratch in the side is any kind of, inclination in your mind.
Stay.
Yeah, you can shoot from really anywhere. Where the 9's at.
Yep.
So, and get on the 6 from underneath. So, of course, obviously a miss hit, but, something that Danny's going to have to get a hold of a little bit, but just wondering why it was any kind of flirt at all towards that side pocket.
Totally agree, yeah. Well, here's Mika with 4 balls left on the table. And pretty...
Yeah, got a little out of line, and it doesn't appear the 8 passes the 10. That's how natural kind of go by the 8 and back to the back side of it. So he's going to play from underneath.
With minimal movement again. That was pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure I've talked about it with you, that, if these guys just remind themselves, that's what a caddy would be there for in like a golf situation. Remind them how great they are. I think you would see even more minimal cue ball movement, until it's necessary, I'm saying.
And take that scratch in the side pocket by Danny, for example.
Right.
That'd be an excellent example of, hey, dude, don't even go close to there.
Yeah. The layout a lot of times will tell you don't have to really flirt with trouble. And then again, how great these players are. If they remind themselves of that, I think that would go a long ways as well.
This is a little bit of a deceiving shot. This can get a little harder. It's a little off angle, but,
Yeah, not a tough shot, but definitely one you need to address.
Pay attention.
So.
You have to pay attention to it. Well, Mika takes the first game on a Olson scratch. A little young 28-year-old Danny Olson from Brookings, South Dakota. In the Vegas tournament, he lost his first match and then won 4 in a row and then lost to Corey Duell. I think that match and one more would have got him into the final 32.
Yeah, well, Danny's a really talented player. Been that way, of course, for a long time. Got that big build, really nice stroke. Kind of baffles me sometimes that we don't see a few more deep finishes from Danny, even though, on paper, again, he's not on the top 5 guys in the tournament here or whatever you want to call it, but really has the skills. So.
Oh, he has the skills. Does he play enough?
Well, that's another thing that, baffles me sometimes. He'll kind of won't see him at some tournaments there when we think that, hey, yeah, that name should be in the event. Okay, one ball came off the rack, but a big cluster in the middle there, George.
Yeah.
Makes it easy for safety, but...
it's a clustered, but once you get on the 3 ball, it looks pretty nice.
Yeah, you can...
It opens up.
You can definitely run out once you get in position, that's for sure, but it's going to take a pretty incredible shot here to get it running, to get
I like
it going.
Playing safe here.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to run the cue ball without it just being a 10-inch area to run it through.
I'd like to just cut the ball towards the hole and run the cue ball at the 7 ball.
Yeah.
And
Looking around. I think I might elect to move the object ball maybe more.
Move the object ball downstairs?
Past the 4. He's going to call it long rail, but past the 4 and really follow the cue ball up the left side rail. Yeah.
If his speed's good, I like it a lot.
Yeah,
and his
past
speed's
the
good.
4, yeah, he's got too many balls. He's going to have to fade maybe a long jump shot, but I doubt it. So
I don't think he jumps this. I think he's got a great kick shot.
2 rails between the 5, 6.
2 or 1. It looks like he comes between the 10-8 and he can hold it underneath there.
I kind of like that better than the 2-railer. The 2-railer, you're kicking the 2 way up into a lot of balls, and you may not even get a rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this kick a lot better, George. Good call. Yeah. Now, the right side of the table's fairly open besides the 4. So maybe he hits the left side of it. He caught
it's going to come right back.
Yeah, that keeps them together when you do that.
This might... Oh, it's not going to work out for him.
He would have rather that went in, though, probably, and then let Mika allow him to kick at this 3 versus
I agree.
Mika running out.
I agree. Yeah, if he catches the other side of that 2 ball, he would have had a chance, because that 2 might have gone into the 4, and the cue ball stays behind the other balls.
I like top English between the 9-4 right here. He's going to go short side, I think, which is okay, too. Watch out, 7. Yeah, that's why I thought he could thin the 2 in and come between the 9-4 all the way up towards the head string.
I agree.
You might not love the shot, but you're not getting snookered.
You can see him thinking it out. In the background, you see the league players. They're all here. A lot of them are here. We still have more coming in. And set up for the Ohio State Championships. The league players. Good mix of pros and players. Makes them available to the amateurs.
Yeah, the only way to really kick here, and probably has to get a little luck, maybe make it to really come away with anything.
Did he call the 10, I guess?
I think he called the 3 where he almost made it.
Oh, wow.
Now a 10 ball may be called.
It looks like he might be able to just, well, I would go offensive and call the 10 here. I was going to say, he can lay the cue ball right on top of the 10.
Yeah, to me, I probably play safe if it's easy. It's a tough combination and really nowhere to run. You could just come back to the back rail, though. Now,
maybe try to get behind the 8.
Maybe it looks awfully full to run the cue ball like you're hitting it pretty firm. Now, as the 4 past the 8, this might make him think, okay, I'll shoot at this combo and put him on the end rail.
Good camera work there. It's all ball fouls.
Great shot.
Ties it up. We'll be right back. And we are back in this 10-ball tournament. 2 races to 4 with a spot shot shootout if each player wins a set. 30-second shot clock, 30-second extension per game per player. Played on Predator tables, Predator Arcadia Reserve Cloth, the Arena Lights, Predator Arcos balls. The rack and the bridge. And even the chalk, folks. Nice break by Danny. 6-ball right in.
Oh, awful kiss on the cue ball. Oh, my. There you go, George, what you were talking about earlier. It seems like when it gets kissed, it's hardly ever friendly.
Exactly. I'll never understand it. You watch the balls. I mean, I saw Shane get cheated out of, well, not cheated, but I mean, out of a third time U.S. Open 8-ball championship, 3 in a row. He would have had you got 3 10-balls, and he would have had 3 8-balls in a row. He got kissed in, and Alex Pagulayan just runs it out.
A difficult layout here. We see the 5 near the point. 4's near, but hard to get on. 7-9 seems a little jumbled up. A little let up there. I don't know if he got the bounce he wanted. Okay, it's all right. You may end up seeing him go into the 5 here in a moment off the 4. Just depends on how he lands, but it's not the most terrible thing, especially if you have to create on the 7 a little bit. Appears the kiss shot on the 7-9's playable though, huh, George?
It is. It looks like it is. It's still tough though.
Oh yeah, you have to get in a great.
You got to get just right. You got to get there just right, and yeah. But once if you're in there close to it, I think it's really on.
Well, he's got to almost get the cue ball back where it's at now. There's that drill again, George.
Yeah, it lays nice across the center of the table. Good old Bert Kenister.
Yeah, that's a drill I use.
And he missed it.
I use it a lot for myself.
Yeah. He didn't get there either with the cue ball, but then he hit it thick.
Yeah.
You can see the disappointment in his face there.
It almost lays, if you wanted to put heavy left spin, he could come 2 rails and maybe glance off the 9 or the 7 and bring the cue ball towards the 5 while opening those 2 balls. It'd take a lot of left spin, like a drag almost, you know, but probably plays the safety instead. He'd like to bump the 9 here.
And there's that shot clock I talked about.
A little light.
Getting close to the bottom of it there, the 30 seconds. The player would call an extension at that time. Mr. Immonen here, inducted to the BCA Hall of Fame at age 41. He is now 48 years of age, 786 Fargo. And I think he was trying to hold him right behind the 8-ball with that cue ball. Or did he actually go for the bank?
I think he was going for the bank. I think he was trying to hold shape.
Shape for the
like
5, exactly.
Yeah, somewhat like he did there. But the thing is, he felt like he had to hit the bank firm to make it tighten. So I think that's why you saw him go with the kind of like a hydraulic on the cue ball to hold for shape. He's not even shooting at this. This is surprising here. He can get shape here.
Oh, yes.
On the 5, and that was a little surprising to me.
Same here. I know that if I'm playing, I'm going for that ball all day long.
Well, yeah, and unless he had a plan to maybe, of course, snooker him, that was the first plan, but maybe open the 7-9 with the 4.
With a shot?
But most of these guys kick and hit the ball at a high rate, so, you know, the way the 5's laying, he may not have gotten a better opportunity on the 4 to maybe get out. Into the 8 here?
Into the 8. I like going right into. Ooh, he came right around it. Things aren't going well for him so far. But it's early, and it had a lot of speed. It wouldn't have stayed there.
Oh, he could play a 2-way here if he wanted. Try and bank the 5 in cross corner and lay the cue ball down on this
on the
left,
bottom.
Yeah, well, even on the left side rail, the 9-7 are huge, right?
I mean, that's an awful thing. Got to bank it all the way to the corner. I like this a lot better. I didn't know he had that available either.
No.
It came out though. It leaked. Too bad you can't play both balls here, huh?
Yeah, but I think if he hits a good stroke, I think he gets by the 10, gets exactly where he needs to play the kiss shot on the 9.
Let's see what this young man does with it. He played a questionable shot a little while ago by passing up that 4-ball shot.
Well, he can't pass this one, I don't think.
Oh, no, he's not passing that up. He's a little far out.
Yeah.
He's a little far out to play the kiss shot. That 7 might go.
Yeah. Any question, though, boy, the safety sure is nice just pinning in between the rail and the 9 there. But you're right. It looks like he's shooting. And if it, if he's got a decent pocket, you got to shoot for sure. But that makes me wonder really why he didn't shoot at the 4 a moment ago.
Yep, that went.
With the 7 being available.
Yep.
Little straightish here. This is where you recognize, hey, the 10's not that bad. If I don't feel comfortable going top left, I can just stun this out as good as I can get and take the little cut on the 9 and come across for the 10.
As much as we spend time in the booth, I like this shot, the high 2-railer, and just follow that. My. Cue ball behind the 9.
Looks like it. It doesn't look like you can maybe get way up on it without turning the 8 loose a little bit up and down the table, but definitely looks like you can lay it down enough. Maybe a half-ball hook, something like that. Looking at the monitor tells me he can do better than that.
Yeah.
Looking at the TV tells me he may not be able to get up underneath it.
Yeah, you look at the monitor, and I think you can just lay him right between the rail and the 9.
Yeah, it laid super nice.
Kind of like that, yeah.
So Danny's going to have to kick to the short rail there. Not really any other option. He can go 3
rail
rails.
Kick, yeah, 3
he can
rail.
go 1 rail at it. He's going to go 3 rails behind it. The key to this is you can hit it with a high ball. Hard to judge. I like it downward on this so it holds its line a little more.
He's got to come in between the first diamond from the side pocket right there. Ooh, he went right around it. Just barely missed it. Never would have caught the back rail. Went right at the ball.
Well, our third game has had a few innings in it, but shouldn't have any more past this one. I think Immonen should take a 2-1 lead.
Gonna go straight up. I guess that's just a whole preference. I was going to ask you, do you prefer shooting it the way he just did, or just go ahead and use the rail and ease your way up? I don't like this.
That's
whoa. That's all preference?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like when you draw close position, right? You can draw the ball, you can English the ball, you can stun the ball. You can do a lot of things with the same shot because accuracy is going to be really nice with all of them, or it should be. So ball in hand, accuracy is at its best.
And John Lehman to rack the balls here. Keep in mind, folks, for you league players, CueSports International is holding the Ohio State Championships, which is open to members of both leagues, the BCA Pool League and the USA Pool League. And learn more about those leagues, visit csileagues.com or playcsipool.com. In fact, I highly recommend, well, you're probably online, but recommend the playcsipool.com for all our events, all the CSI events, because when you log in there, it gives you the tournament bracket, the play visit on YouTube, and it also gives you the link for the stream stack. So it does all three. And another reminder that the first event of 2022 of the U.S. Pro Billiard Series is in January 12th through the 15th is in Tucson, Arizona. And in January, that's a perfect weather to come out to Tucson.
Now, the Iceman to break here in game number 4. Made the one on the break there in that first one he had. Well, we've seen all day the table really kind of loosening up on the break, and balls have been pocketed by most all the players. Not every time, of course, but it's amazing how it can change. Now, Danny, all ball fouls are playing on these 4 1/4 inch pockets, Predator tables, but so he's got to watch the cueing here next to the 9 with the cue ball. Pretty natural, though, coming across for shape. Now he wants to not be on the rail to get back across for the 3. Okay, he got through that a little more, so he actually gained a lot of angle here on this 2 ball. Kind of made it a little troublesome. Is he full enough to draw between the 4 and 9?
I think he can just use some right-hand English and come up between the 6-9 or the 5-9. It's going to track towards that side pocket, but I like coming up for the 3.
I don't think it will grab on this table. You mean like a high right?
Yeah, just a center right and come straight down and go by the 5.
It might grab enough.
Yeah.
I think it might kind of go towards the on this table. It might kind of go towards the 9. Just so.
Looks like he's drawing the ball 2 rails.
Here, huh?
He's drawing the ball 2 rails.
He's shooting the corner.
In the corner, coming up around this on the top side of it.
I like that shot.
Yeah, that shot was good too.
I like these top players taking on a little bit more of the guaranteed shape, a little tougher shot.
Sure. Well, and I don't think that's all that much tougher. I think that's just a good than the side. Yeah, I think that was those are shots that should be in your repertoire.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Wow, is he going to hold this inside the 6 there? Wow. Good look at Danny Olson sitting down there, observing his opponent. Hall of Famer Mika Immonen.
Little off angle here.
Yeah, and
with the 9 being there.
Got a little tricky.
Yeah, he's got to draw his ball to the short side of the 5, it looks like.
Nicely done.
Still not out of the woods with the 9 being there, right? Can't set up too thin on the 6 to get across, but
he's going to draw back up. He's going to draw down to come back up. Yeah, just like that.
The bump on the 9 really helps there.
And from here, each shot leads naturally to the next.
And it's a weird, a format that brings a lot of different things into play, and you wonder, because we'll learn more about it as it goes, but I'm thinking about, all right, Mika, this puts him on the heel here, 3-1 in the first set. And of course you want to win the first set, you want to win both sets, but it's almost like the other guys that had lost the first set can loosen up in the second set. Mika's fighting hard not to get to that spot shot, so it's almost like there might be more pressure on the guy that wins the first set in the second set. I mean, maybe not overall,
I think so.
But
I think so.
They're trying to not get to this shootout. So.
We've seen a lot of these guys just come back from in the second set. Force that shootout. Well, we have 3 shootouts that we haven't had any shootouts today on the stream table.
back, ladies and gentlemen. Day 2 here, the Ohio event of the Pro Players Series, brought to you by CSI, Predator, and Fargo. Mika Immonen to break the balls here at 3-1, George.
Yes, he is. He breaks from the middle.
All right,
good cue ball. Got kissed, but still turned out okay for him. Looks like he pocketed a ball.
Yeah, he's probably going to come behind the 9, 4, and 5 with the cue ball. Maybe can he bank the one enough to where it doesn't catch the 10, and he brings the cue ball all the way across. That's what he just kind of looked at, and he's not so sure it's possible. I think he can. The only thing is he has to hit the one quite a bit fuller, more full, you know.
Can he actually? Can he cut that one ball down to the 3 and maybe play it in the side, or is that too thin of a hit?
No, I mean, not terrible at all. He's drawing over there behind him. Oh no, he's maybe let this go a little bit.
Uh-oh, is it going to stop? It is. Ooh. But the one ball leaked out.
Surprised he didn't try to really go behind, draw in between the 6-9 and really get up behind the 9-4. That was surprising to me. Maybe it had something to do with the path of the one ball, where that ball was going.
Danny has a pretty open stance there, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think he may have changed that a little bit here and there at times.
Yeah, I saw he was looking at, like, facing the ball straight ahead.
I don't know what I would do here. I mean, something tells me he maybe just has to shoot at it. But
I think I'd try to just make this ball.
He called something in the side.
Oh, he's calling the one ball on the side off the 3.
That means he's trying to move the one away. Elevate. Thought he made 2 relic towards where he's standing and just try and use again the 9-4-5. Yeah.
Like that?
Well,
he was softer speed.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to cut it that much. He was trying to actually hit it very full. Yep. That's why he called the one in the side off the 3.
Well, I think he's going to find himself behind this 4-9.
Yeah, for sure. That's the best way.
Oh, he went the other way.
That was the best way to play it, the way it laid.
And actually, that takes the jump shot away, too. I was going to say, I like putting the ball up against it, but that takes away the jump shot. And whenever I take away the jump shot from a player, in my back of my mind, I'm just saying, jump this. Play little games in my mind.
All right, he's trying to come behind this. He's called the 6 in the side. Nice hit. Good speed, knowing that a lot of good things can happen. Easy to pin him behind the 4-5 here. I think that's what you do. You just think, don't go beyond what's so simple, right? I mean, maybe there's something that's a little more devastating as far as a snooker, but this is pretty good.
It works in my book.
Okay, straight high ball. He's calling the one in the side. I think he's trying to hit it full, though. Maybe get the cue ball. I would have called the corner, I think, but and trying to use the 6, 3, and 10 as blockers.
Well, the side does provide, if he hits a 3, going off the 3.
So he knows what he's doing. Well, there was an element of safety as well there.
Yep.
Or ways to get safe, let's say.
I think he takes this on.
Yeah, he's got to cue downward a little bit. Meaning I don't think he can go with a high ball and get shape. Easier to make the 2 with a high ball. Draw wants to pull it off the rail a little bit, like that. Very kind of quick stroke there, huh, for Danny. Usually he has a little bit longer, smoother stroke. He's going to have to probably play the 3 in the corner. It looks like to me, either way he cuts the 3, he probably catches a piece of the 10. Maybe not, but... Well, maybe right there he can chip it in the corner and not catch the 10. Catches the 10, though, on the way out. Very much reroute the cue ball. He's going to play it thin and hopefully not hit the 10 at all. There you go.
Didn't look to me like there was room to do that.
Yeah,
on the monitor.
He got way over there.
You're looking right at down the table, weren't you? Yeah.
Okay, don't do too much. Get as much as you can, but that's what I was about to say. You could easily overdraw the ball. And now no pocket for the 5. 5-10 combo. Oof, tough. Safety's tough. And the corner's tough. The reason why the player would take this on versus the combo is they feel like the pocket size is a little bigger target area than the hit on the 10.
Looks like he's taking it on. And making the ball.
It is sweet. Now he's in a position to just stop his cue ball.
And he needs these 4 balls for this first set. Two, 2001 WPA World 9-ball champion. 2002 International 10-ball champion.
2-time U.S. Open champion.
2-time U.S. Open champion. The Iceman, Mika Immonen.
Yeah, I believe he was the player of the decade in the 2000s.
And we're back live with Mika Immonen to break the second set, the first game of the second set, after winning the first set 4-1 over Danny Olson. Danny won the lag, so broke first. Now Danny's only option is to win this set to force a shootout. Mika, of course, wants to avoid that and just win it right out in 2 sets.
And then you don't figure to play in too much, but like I was talking about earlier, you can almost, justify saying that maybe a lot more pressure on Mika in this set,
To make sure he wins that and avoid the shootout?
Well, yeah. Danny knows he's going to shoot out at best. Of course, a lot of pressure because he lost the first set, but I still think he can freewheel a bit more. Not a good hit there.
No.
Not too. It wasn't an easy shot. He had to put a lot on it, but expected a little bit better strike.
I totally agree. I thought
He can cut it in. I think it does have a pocket, but position's super tough.
young man does play with a Predator cue, whereas I believe you mentioned Mika plays with a Mez.
He's left this kick tough. Just a portion of the 1, it appears. Can he go by the 6? That's where I would look to kick at it. 2 rails.
Looks like he can. Sure does.
Lots of good ways here.
Good things can happen with a good hit. A good hit on the 1, I mean. Yeah. Mika wisely let that roll to a stop.
And it just wants to come off the rail a little bit here. Not a whole lot. Could lay it kind of straightish as well. It's kind of up to him. Just make sure he's not too stretched.
Come up about to where it's at now.
Well, he can, I like this because he can come between the 9-10 now. Just float this in, and that really offers minimal cue ball movement on the 4.
I like getting straight in on a 3 and coming back just a little bit for the 4 in the opposite corner on the right. And then the 5 to the side.
In a good spot.
Kind of like that. And then just from there it's...
So both these guys, this is a second round winner side match. That'll get them down to 16 left on the winners. And from there, they just need to win 1 out of the next 2 to get to that final 16. So a huge bridge match to make it to that final day here in Ohio.
Yeah, they win this one and the next one they're in.
Yeah, well, the good thing about winning this one, you win 1 out of the next 2 you're in.
Mika to start off with the first game of the second set. Fargorate being one of the sponsors of this event, title sponsor of the event. The rating system that can be used worldwide for amateur and professional players. They also have a mobile scoring app. They've created a league management system called LMS, available to all CSI leagues. And players have access to that for free through Fargorate. This is the 4th event of the U.S. Pro Billiard Series. The Arizona event was won by Frederick Gorst, $12,000. The Las Vegas, Diamond Las Vegas, Kunlin Wu earned himself a smooth 15. And Michigan, Aloysius Yap won $12,000, hoping to make it 2 in a row while he was here, but he lost his first match to Daniel Schmidt, I think
Schneider.
it was. Schneider. Daniel Schneider, excuse me. And we'll probably see him on the stream table tonight at 8.
Who's that, Daniel or yeah?
Aloy.
Oh, okay.
Aloysius, yeah.
Yeah, Mika switching up the break spot.
And broke dry. Good opportunity for Danny.
Yeah, he's got to take advantage of some of these. He's had a few. They haven't all been easy, that's for sure, but very capable player. Looks like he's got to subtly swerve this a little bit. Cueing
looks like
funny,
he is. He's cueing
he
funny like he's swerving the ball. Yeah, I totally agree.
Nice shot. And a lot of people would ask, well, why wouldn't he
speed.
jump that if it was so light? Well, it's all about that cue ball and playing position. He didn't feel pocketing the ball was much of a problem on the swerve shot.
Well, I think the results spoke for themselves.
No, he hit it great.
He hit it great. Now, does he go between the 6? I mean, the 5 and the 7, come down for the 3?
Oh, here we go. He's going to take on the corner.
I see. I like going between the 5 and the 7.
I don't know if that's offered really. He could maybe go inside. It's pretty thin in the side. He's overcut it, and by a margin. So again, you know, I'd like to have many of these shots back, Danny would, but nothing laying too easy for Danny.
Can't we do it like snooker and they mark the ball and you shoot the same shot again when you miss it?
Say it again?
You know how in snooker sometimes they'll take a shot and you miss the ball, so they put the cue ball back where it was and then you shoot it again.
Up to the other player.
Up to the other player. Can I have that one back?
Minka elevated in the middle of the table.
All ball fouls. You got to be careful.
Talking about wanting to have one back.
Well, that stood right up.
Yeah, the table's getting broke in a little bit as optimum as staff is keeping them in, right? The condition, they're going to break in. They're going to play a hair tougher at the pocket. He wants anything.
Didn't
He's
want to
get
hit
in the
that.
gap, maybe. No, don't believe so. Should be the jump cue, I believe. Well, he's going to get a safety, it looks like, out of this.
Sure does. So you got a real first shot here?
He's got one. I don't know if I don't think he can get to making it though, but maybe. Because to me, he really threatens hitting the 8 unless he's going to draw it here.
Looks like the side pocket's in the way.
Yeah, he's bending the ball a little bit. He could scratch in the other corner. Oh, great shot, Danny. Is this cue ball going to agree, or is it going to get behind the 9?
Right behind the 9. Oh, he's got perfect. Okay. He's in good shape. Yeah, these Predator tables are playing pretty nice, and it's getting a little humid outside, so it's going to tighten up a little bit, along with the fact that they're being used quite a bit. Yeah,
and it burned off a little bit out there, George. I was out there quite a bit on the break, and man, what a day to play golf. But yeah, it certainly a beautiful day here in Wilmington, and Danny just, again, a little struggle now there. It looked like a pretty clean path to go around the 5, just not quite, you know, in sync just yet. The good thing is he can grind out a few games. He can get to a shootout.
Nice crisp color on those Arcos balls. The reflection of the lights and the balls look pretty good with the coloring, and they look brand new and clean.
Okay, he must be snookered or just super thin on the 6. Oh, he's playing the bank. He can see it. Nice shot there. Gonna have to make another nice one into a small angle there in the side pocket. Good thing is he's got a little bit of angle. He can move the cue ball to the rail. He may not get straight here on the 8, but should get over. Oh my.
Those sharp corners on that side pocket, he's going to get safe here.
Yeah.
Good kiss there. Didn't help. No. We are at 1-0 in the second set. Mika winning the first 4-1, as you can see on your lower left-hand part of your screen. Overcut that 7. Well, I'm telling you, Danny's getting some opportunities, but then he's turning them back.
Yeah, he's been a little unlucky on a few of Mika's mistakes to where he didn't get much of a shot. But overall, I think Danny would tell you himself that really has had a lot of opportunities here in this match. Maybe not to win it,
right?
But to definitely get going, you know,
and to take control.
Yeah, get himself in position to win. Let's say that maybe, but
thin cut here. But this again, a makeable shot.
Yeah. Got to roll it. I don't think he can gather 2 rails with the cue ball. Oh, wow. Didn't want to roll it, George.
Yeah, I like the way he shot it. That's exactly what was in my mind.
Wow. That's a heck of a shot on the rail there.
It just needed speed. The angle was natural.
A lot of players would stay away from that type of shot unless at all costs has to be done because cueing on the rail, I mean, easy to lose accuracy adding that much speed, but man, what a shot, and has a good chance to get on the board here.
Determined look on his face. And we're back with Danny Olson to break the third game of the second set, tied at 1. Winner of this match will go on to play either Jeremy Sosay or Konrad Ushushin, excuse me. Uh-oh, there's a kiss again. Ooh, almost.
Yeah, nice break, though. He hit him well. It's got a little piece of the one, it appears. 6-8 really troublesome on the side rail. But
maybe enough to make it, and with the 6-8, it might give him position on the deuce.
I mean, go into the 6-8? Yeah.
With the
Don't know if he can put right English, you know, when you barely have a piece, easy to deflect and foul and hit the 9 going by. trying to add right English to the shot. But sometimes you can. Just depends on how much of it you have. It looks like he's just hitting straight. So
yes.
I think he'll go by the 6-8, I think. Well, he's not even playing it. He's trying to play the safety.
And got it. Looks like he's going to force a jump shot. Oh, he's calling. It's a kick shot. He's going to kick at 2 rails and call the side.
May have given up a shot here at the 1.
With the 6-8 tied up the way they are, though, he can kind of rest a little easier after giving up a shot. But not much.
The combo goes,
Still
though.
give up
The
control.
4 is there to get on the 6-8 combo. I mean, it's near the point, but definitely playable. We got to screw this cue ball back past the 7. Well, you got a lot in there.
Look at his sponsors there on his shirt. Town Tips. Would you consider? Oh, I guess he can't go into it. He just doesn't have the angle to go into the 6.
I think he does have the angle, but it's a fat angle, and so it's going to hard to move off of it very easily.
Yeah.
I don't think the 6-8 is a bad combo myself.
I don't think I'd go into it. I just wondered if he thought he might.
He might, yeah. Yeah, well, the double kiss is exactly what he wanted. Frees the cue ball up. Now he's going to have to run behind the 6 ball. Couple rails, maybe 4 rails. Looks like if he just goes 2 rails, he's going away from the 6. If he can come 4 rails, come towards the 6 with the cue ball, that would be ideal.
You have to look out for that 9 ball.
Yeah, it looks pretty. It looks pretty good though.
It's doable. He'll come inside of it. If his speed's good, he'll be right on the rail.
Oh, you better say something to it.
Oh, that was nothing you can say but your shot.
Yeah, he kind of. It's weird. He tried to straighten it with inside. It looked like, and I thought just straight high ball got him 4 rails around, but. Got to give him, of course, and all the players the benefit of the doubt. They are at the table and they see those little bitty angles as they change.
Keep in mind this is a 2-stage tournament. The first stage is double elimination, and when we get to the final 16 it becomes single elimination, and that'll be basically making it to Saturday. All 16 players will play on Saturday, and we'll have the finals for you at 8 p.m.
Is he drawing all the way back to the end rail? Yeah. Sometimes when you fall on that line that you're drawing over the top of it softly, over the top of the 10, you'll go ahead and let the stroke out come to the rail and back up.
Two to 1 there. Keep in mind that this U.S. Pro Billiard Series has its own rating system where they combined Fargorate tournament points, and the top 6 point leaders will be invited to the $130,000 added 2022 Predator World 10-Ball Championship for ranking in the top 6 of 160 players so far. I guess 160 players. And Another entry, a way you can gain entry is to win one of these tournaments, and this is the last one, but I think Arizona still comes into play in January.
Oh, nice break shot there by Mika. Not going to get a shot from it, though. Don't think so, anyways.
Doesn't
it looks
look like
the
it,
8 has him.
Yep, I totally agree. 2-1 score. Danny Olson has to come out of that seat and prevent this man at the table from winning 2 more games. And here's an opportunity to get started. He's got 1 game of his own. This one would tie it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. It looks fairly natural to come 2 rails, even though it is a bit of a smaller gap with a high ball, you know, kind of just across the 8, between the 8-4, bounce off the second rail. A lot of players will dig on this ball trying to make sure they come clear. Now, he had a similar shot earlier that he did not hit well on the one.
I don't.
He's playing safe?
No
wow.
way.
That wasn't a safety effort, was it?
No.
He was trying to make that, right?
I would hope so.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I don't know why you said digging down on it. I don't know why you just put a little bit of left on it, and it should come across.
Well, that's what I was saying. Some players, though, will dig down trying to come closer to the 2, trying to guarantee that shape instead of use their speed control going back and forth. Because it wasn't that big of a gap. You know, he had to fall in a decent little gap there. That's going to have to slow down.
It will.
Did.
Yeah, this cloth is starting to catch a little bit.
Yeah. Well, don't let them fool you. When you poke at the ball boings more.
Okay.
That's just how it is.
All ball fouls, so you got to be careful.
Yeah. That's why they always said Buddy Hall could make the most wet table look dry as a bone. That stroke he has. Okay, easy here. Just kind of stop and use the rails to go around from the 4 to the 5 between the 7-8 with the cue ball.
That looks nice. Pretty easy to fall on this ball, get kind of straight in, though. You don't want to.
No, but these,
he's perfect.
From these small angles, right, George, even though these are 4 1/4, you can use the rail a little bit on the object ball.
They're sliding pretty good still. Yeah, the cloth is still fairly new. I mean,
they clean the balls every match, before every match, so that's going to make a huge difference on little shots like that.
Yep, they sure do. Well, this will put Mr. Immonen, the Iceman, on the hill for the second set and the match.
He stops right here?
Why not?
Yeah.
And just follow the 8 into the side pocket for the 10?
With the 10 so available, right? Yeah, I would.
Yeah, he just has to come half the distance between the 8 and the side pocket, and he's great on the 10. Just to get on the hill. And we're back with Immonen. So I can't speak. We're back. Mika to break the balls here on the hill.
Yeah, I like him going back to that center of the table break. It seems like it's been not, perfect all day, but it's been pretty effective for most players. Looking to see if the cross corner goes.
He's going to go for it, huh?
I think so.
I think so too.
I don't think he can just really stop his ball, though. That's the only thing. Yeah, I don't know. I like this shot. If the side pocket wasn't there and he could move the ball easily, the 1 goes off the 6 pretty easily, going into the rail with the cue ball. Actually, that's kind of the angle you want if you're ever going to play that shot. He's going for the cross corner. Oh, nice shot there.
In his mind, he's just going, ouch. Did he have to make that?
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that Danny can't complain about, and most wouldn't in this situation, is he versus Mika, he got more opportunities than he maybe usually would, right?
Exactly, yeah.
All right, tough to get an angle on the 4 to get easily to the 6, so interesting to see what happens. This is where you just try to use your touch just to gain ever so slight an angle to move the cue ball.
I like the way he shot that, Jeremy, just because of what you're explaining right now.
Yeah.
The touch. I like the way he used the second rail, and he came down for it to help his speed.
Yeah, and
coming straight.
With the 9 there, you're just never going to guarantee the angle on the 4. So all you can do is really try to manufacture that little bit of an angle and know that, hey, if I don't get there, I got to draw the ball back and cut the 6. Oh, he tried to force it. Tried to force it there, George. And Danny's seen a little bit of this after Mika's mistakes as well.
And he's knocking on the table saying, sorry, Danny, but I gotcha.
Yeah, it wasn't, hasn't been Danny just making mistake after mistake. He's made a few, but it's been a little bit of this as well. And then not much result behind that kick.
Danny had no such luck.
Well, this position here should tell us this one's about wrapped up. Oh my.
Oh my.
Never mind.
Now that's one thing we don't see very often from a Hall of Fame player.
And he juiced it with inside, where I didn't think that was really necessary. But all right, Danny's got to come between the 10-9, very natural.
Well, at 3-1, we've seen comebacks from here and made it a match and forced a shootout. So don't count Danny out, especially after that mistake.
Oh, he's going right towards the 10. Did he get by it?
Yeah, he got by it.
Okay.
He's good. Is he going to go the long 2 rails underneath it, or going to come across?
No, just 1 rail cross here. 1 rail cross with the 10 so available on the side and the corner.
Is to make it 2-3 and breaking. And let's play more pool. Mika's not quite ready to close this out.
Oh, he was ready.
Oh,
he just,
it just got away. Huh?
Yeah, he may not. Wow. He may not get another opportunity to close it out as far as in 2 sets. We'll see, but that doesn't mean Danny's going to break and run 2. But when you make a big mistake to finish a match, George, he may break, not get a shot. Danny may make a mistake, not giving him a shot. There's all kinds of scenarios after that mistake that feel pretty awful.
Well, the rule of thumb I always go by is if I make a mistake, it's going to cost me that game +1. So, and with the winter break format, it can cost you that game +2.
Sure.
Especially with the table breaking the way it is, and Danny's broke the balls pretty good.
He hit him nice.
Speaking of pretty good.
Oh, watch out for this 10. This 10's going to come into play here in a moment.
It's going to be
bet
quick.
on that.
We saw a match like this too, remember?
Yeah.
A quick combo and then a run out.
You just got to cut this in. Make sure the cue ball doesn't scratch off the 7 or anything like that. Got to take care of the cue ball, of course. But now a few of these shots where he's had this type of shot, this type of angle. Now he wasn't this close to it. He overcut them both early in this match and by some margin. So here he can use the rail a little bit and still make the 10. He hit it perfect. Yeah, nice shot.
I thought we were going to break. Well, here we are, tied at 3. Will Mika get back to the table? And will the rolls even out, or might the rolls even out? And if he does get back to the table, will he have a shot? Here we go, folks. Tied at 3. Can you force a shootout? This rack will tell. Kareem Balaj in the background there on the left. Almost in the center of your screen. CEO of Predator.
Don't see anything down yet. The 2's gotten in a bad spot, but
well,
just for where the 1's at. But I don't know if he can take this on offensively, really. Don't know where he's going with the cue ball. I think drawing with inside 3 rails gets you into the 6 and 10 with the cue ball. So, trying to even see the safety, George. I don't really like that.
Yeah, I'm trying. I think he just goes for it.
Long rail bank, draw your ball for shape. I mean, there's an element of safety there with the 5, 3, and 8. I would look at the long rail bank myself. Wow. That's what I would do.
I don't see anything else. Did he just call it up there?
I think so. He made a big bank on the 1 a moment ago to end the match. Didn't get out, but yeah, I like that shot. I mean, it gives you a chance to win. You got a great chance to get safe with the 8, 5, and 3, and it's the one that offers shape.
Yes, sure did.
And to boot, George, I don't think either one of us saw great safety. I don't think he did either.
I agree. There wasn't. I didn't see anything there at all. It had to be offense. Nice. I'm telling you, this rack looks pretty good.
Yeah, he's still got a lot of work ahead of him, though. 4's opposite the 5. The 7, 8 really makes it hard to get premium on the 5 to get easily to a 6 that's covered up by the 10 a bit. So he's got a lot. He wants the cue ball cleaned. Maybe strategically cleaned here to think about this little situation on the 4, 5, and 6.
That is a good point. For those of you out there that play on a time clock, here's a good way to take advantage of the time clock.
Well, in some rules, some of them they don't
allow it.
Yeah, they don't allow you to clean it during the rack, which is fine by me. I actually think it's a decent way to play it. Either way, he's trying to get real heavy so he can use some inside. Remember the inside that Dennis
used
Gray
earlier,
and
Dennis,
Mika.
That's right. He used it earlier and didn't quite get over, and somebody else did the same thing, didn't get over either. They just spun off the rail instead of grabbing.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't mind taking distance, I think he gets there. Oh, my. He was trying to get close to it.
Wow.
He was trying to get close to that 6. That's why. But if he just smooths that in, lets the inside take, he gets about the head string, and that's just fine to play from the 6 to the 7.
Well, all I can say for Danny Olson is if he doesn't capitalize here, and then it just wasn't in the cards.
Well, hard not to capitalize.
Exactly.
Feel for Mika after making 2 great banks on the 1 in consecutive games to try and end this match. And speed looks ideal. Well, we're in a shootout on another table, looking like one here.
Oh, yeah, the winner of this match will be playing the 2 players that are in a shootout, Jeremy Sosi and Konrad Yushushin. Don't know where they are in the shootout.
I don't either.
But as Jeremy pointed out, they are. He was looking over and saw that. We'll let you know the results if we're still here when it's over. Well, Danny's lined up. Fate's in his own hands.
It's good here. You should just go 1 rail. Don't force it to the 2nd rail and come right by the 8 for the 8 in the same pocket as the 7. I think anyways. Just a hair of left English on this.
I'm just stopping the ball.
Absolutely. Well, he's going to fall on the rail behind this ball a little bit. Not saying it's tough, but
I kind of like shooting that with a lot of high left or a lot of side spin to get the 2 rails and come down to that same position.
yeah, I don't know if that one laid there.
Did it lay there?
I'm not sure.
Like,
Danny looked like he had it just a hair thin to his pocket, but he's rolling this, it looks like. Wow. Not a terrible way to play it, just not a way you see a lot of people play it.
for a shootout. And we'll take a break when it's And we are back with the spot shot shootout. It will be 4 innings, alternate sides. The player will start from either checked area on the 2 tables you see, pocketing the ball to the opposite corner. After 4 innings, if they are tied, they will move the ball back 1 diamond, the cue ball back 1 diamond in the same square. And this is for the match. Starting out is Danny Olson, as he won the lag and the first break. He also gets the choice of sides to shoot at and the choice to go first or second.
Looks like to me he's putting a bit of left English on this. I'm seeing right down where he's cueing. Yeah, that's a lot of spin for that shot, it seemed like. Danny didn't, I just read his lips. He said, I didn't know there was a shot clock. And then you heard the beeps go off. There is a shot clock for the shootout as well. 22nd it was the first tournament. Is it still 20 or did they move it to 30?
On the shootout, I believe it's 30.
Okay. I think the first tournament it was 20, and they made a few adjustments to the shootout after.
Well, they also made an adjustment to the extension. There was a 20-second extension the first tournament, and then they moved it to a 30-second extension.
And you notice how Mika shot it with the cue ball out with a nice high ball. Not a whole lot of outside spin. Nothing wrong with a hair of outside spin, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say we've been talking quite a bit on how to shoot this this shot. I watched the shootout between Kang Lee and Sharik Syed. They both shot it exactly the way we've been talking, and it was a great shootout. It went 3 or 4 shots deep into the sudden death.
Who won?
Sharik.
Okay.
That was great to watch, and watch the ball come off exactly the same every time. But well, we're in this one, and we're so Danny made his.
Yeah, so he needs a little help from Mika at some time here in the next 3 innings. And that's not it. Hit that one a little high to the high part of the pocket. That's why you saw cue ball kind of track one rail and hit that point near the side. So after 2 innings, Mika 2 for 2, Danny at 50%.
I don't like the way he's shooting this ball.
Yeah, he's hitting it with low outside, trying to wrap the corner. I think a very difficult way to play it.
Made it.
Well, yeah, he made it, and they'll still make it way more than they miss it that way. But I think you have to worry about the cue ball a little bit. You know, if you do scratch on these shots, they don't count. And you know, we talk about preference, right, George? Well, preference is almost always when you're tidied up on the ball, you're close to it, because accuracy should be really good no matter how you're playing it. But now we're some 5 feet away, 6 feet away, and accuracy is important. Ooh, a thick hit here after 3. That'll tie us at 66% for both guys.
And they're tied at 2. Now, had he made that ball, that would have forced Danny to make the next one.
And hope
or it
that
was
Mika
over.
Misses.
No, he wouldn't have to even shoot it had Mika made that one. It'd be 3-2. Now they're tied at 2.
Well, yeah, if Danny made it, though.
Oh, if Danny made it, then he has to hope
pray
Mika misses, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, he settled down after the first, that's for sure. And now
that clock must have got him
in the driver's seat a little bit.
Yeah, the first one that he missed, keep in mind the clock went off on him and he didn't know. Or the warning bell there. Now Mika's forced to a do-or-die situation. And he wasn't happy about the last one he shot.
Same thing there, a little thinner to the pocket. Now these guys will back up a diamond, and it'll be sudden death, shot for shot.
Oops. Now here's where it gets tough for both players. This is actually a pretty darn tough shot.
Well, he's pulled the cue ball out. Let's see if he wants to cue a low ball again, low-ish. No, he's going straight high. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
Really fast delivery that time, though. That extra distance will make you want to hit it a little harder, really, when you don't need to.
You don't need to. It seems like a thinner cut, but it's exactly the same hit. If you keep the same angle on the cue ball.
Yeah, they're not keeping the same angle, though, most of them. They're pulling it out, so it is a little thinner. But when I teach, I preach to people, don't let up on a little more distance make you really change dramatically with your swing speed. You know, just still feel that rhythm. Now Mika in a prime position here to stay on the winner's side, taking this match down. And there it is. You saw how smooth that delivery was. So